to be fair, as good as obviously the game got better and better, I think my eyes were glued more to football web pages, watching those goals going in, and just watching the context of things, because it was absolutely incredible. But yeah, look, nice to get finished at a point. Would have been nice to finish with the clean sheet record in the league, but can't have it all. So we've got the top 7 spot, which is all we wanted at the end of the day.
Let's put up some of these results, because honestly, it was mad. Pretty much everyone at the top, didn't they, won?
Yeah, I think all 6 teams won eventually. Dorking were the last ones to come through. They were. I mean, I think first and foremost, congratulations to Truro City. I mean, what an incredible story.
It's mental, isn't it?
Their game, that game was absolutely mental. And you know what? John Askey deserves a huge amount of credit, for what he's done down there. And to be fair, what the whole of the club have done. I mean, I just remember going to Gloucester City this time last year when we were playing them. I think it was a crowd of 198 I saw. And obviously a lot of them were our fans, because Truro fans were not going to travel all that way, for a home game. And ever since that, they've just had a massive revival, even though Paul Watson went off to Torquay. They brought in John Askey, and look, he's a manager that's got promotion at this level before in the National North. It's his first time doing it in the National South. He's done it in the National League. He's one of the best managers you can find, in around the top ends of non-league football. And, look, the squad hasn't changed massively for them. They've managed to keep hold of some key players, the likes of Tyler Harvey. I mean, he scored about 30 goals this season, which, again, he was a key man for them, keeping them up last year. And it was so key for them that they got their early goal, to be fair, Truro, because when you look at the context of things, like Torquay, to be fair to them, you've got to give them some credit, because they really pushed them towards the end. I think I put in our group chat, at one point, it was 1 goal in it, between the sides. And I think, actually, if I'm right in saying that, if Torquay had got that goal and it finished like that, there would have been level on points, level on goal difference, and level on goals scored. And you think, well, hang on, they've got to go to most wins or most head-to-head, which would have been quite the extraordinary finish to the season that it deserved a little bit. I knew there was going to be one more twist in the tail, but then again, Truro knew clearly that they had to keep scoring goals. And even when Fulham get one back at 4-2, you normally think, oh, that's all right, to be fair. We've still got a couple of goals ahead, but you think, hang on, we're going to need another one here because they're only 1 goal ahead. And look, they've pushed for it. They've got a 5th goal, obviously at the expense of St Albans. Even Culverhouse, obviously the success he had at Boston last year has gone from the highs of that to the lows of this year. Taking them down. And look, I wouldn't put the blame on him. I think they got a lot of things wrong in the summer. To be fair, they barely recruited in the summer. I think, if I'm right in saying, they only brought in 2 or 3 new players, but kept the hold of most of that squad. But everyone would have had them comfortably mid-table like they usually are. But they've just really struggled